I still remember it as though it happened yesterday. The night was cool, and the moon sat proudly on the chest of the sky, bathing our village in silver light. Children played Sue and Ten beneath the giant udala tree, their laughter echoing like music, while elders gathered around the fire, telling stories that carried the weight of wisdom. It was on one of such nights that the story of Obiageli began, though at first, it did not look like a story of sorrow. It looked like the birth of joy. Obiageli was the only child of Mama Nena, a woman whose heart overflowed with love, but also with pride. Mama Nena had waited many years to have a child. She prayed at every shrine, offered sacrifices at the riverbank, and begged the spirits of her ancestors to bless her womb. When Obiageli finally came, Mama Nena swore that nothing in this life would ever hurt her daughter. She wrapped her in love so thick that even the sun's heat seemed unable to touch her. From childhood, Obiageli was treated like an egg. While other children fetched firewood, carried water pots, and swept compounds, Obiageli sat on a wooden stool, her hair adorned with cowries, watching others sweat. If she cried for a calabash of palm wine, Mama Nena ran to fetch it. If she wanted roasted yam in the middle of the night, Mama Nena lit the fire without complaint. She grew into a child who did not know the meaning of a no. I was there when the village women shook their heads in disapproval. Mama Nena, you are spoiling this child, they warned. But Mama Nena only laughed, her voice full of pride. Obiageli is not like your daughters. She is a gift from the gods. She deserves the best. The years rolled by, and the little girl became a maiden. She was beautiful beyond measure, her skin glowed like orgy wood polished with palm oil, her eyes sharp and proud, her waist slim and graceful. During the moonlight games, young men lined up just to catch her attention, but Obiageli looked at them as though they were ants beneath her feet. She never joined in the dances or games. Instead, she stood apart, a proud smile on her lips, while Mama Nena boasted, "Can you not see? My daughter is too special to mix with ordinary people." But beauty without humility is like palm wine left too long, it turns sour. It was not long before the chief himself noticed Obiageli. The chief was old and frail, his bones weak, his eyes dim. Yet, he saw something in Obiageli's proud courage that drew him. Soon, she began to sit near him during council meetings, whispering bold words into his ears. We, the elders, exchanged troubled glances. A girl barely grown, yet her voice rang in decisions of men who had grey hair and scarred bodies from wars fought long ago. One day, at the market square, Obiageli mocked a masquerade. Oh! I will never forget that day. The drummers were beating the ekwe and ojin, the masquerade was dancing, its raffia swaying in rhythm, when Obiageli stood before it, hands on her waist, and laughed. You call yourself a spirit? Remove that mask and let us see your true face. The entire square froze. Even the masquerade stood still, confused. To mock a masquerade was to mock the ancestors themselves. Yet Obiageli did it without fear. Some said she was bold. I knew she was becoming dangerous. Soon after, strange things began to happen. Goats died mysteriously in the night. Children fell sick with fevers no herbs could cure. The wind carried eerie whispers through the palm fronds. And always, Obiageli walked through the village as though she were a queen, while people lowered their eyes in fear. The final straw came during the season of harvest. By tradition, the first yam of the chief's barn must be eaten in a communal feast, a festival of joy that bound us together. But when the time came, Obiageli stood before the yam barn, her voice sharp as a blade, "No one shall touch these yams unless I say so." The people gasped. Hunger had been biting already, and now she threatened to control the food of the land. Murmurs turned to cries, cries to shouts. The village gathered in anger. But Mama Nena only clapped her hands proudly. My daughter is strong. My daughter is wise. Who among you can challenge her? The elders could no longer remain silent. Beneath the udala tree, where council meetings were held, we gathered. The Dibia cast his cowries, his face grave. This girl has grown too strong, not by the will of the ancestors, but by the pride of her mother's pampering. If we do not act, she will destroy us all. That very night, the decision was made. Obiageli would be taken to the shrine, to face the judgment of the spirits. When the warriors came for her, she did not tremble. Instead, she laughed, her eyes glowing with a strange fire. Do you think your weak gods can chain me? I am stronger than all of you. Her mother fell to the ground, wailing, tearing her wrapper, begging us to spare her only child. But the time for pity was gone. We dragged Obiageli to the shrine, torches burning in the dark, drums silent as though even they feared her. The Dibia stood tall, his body painted in white chalk, his staff raised high. Spirits of our fathers, if this girl has grown beyond the boundary of human flesh, judge her now. What I saw that night still chills my bones. Obiageli screamed, and shadows rose from her body, twisting like snakes, trying to break free. Her strength was not of this world. She fought unseen forces, her laughter turned into shrieks. The air grew heavy, the ground shook, and fire danced in the shrine. Mama Nene tried to run inside, but the warriors held her back as she cried, Obiageli, my child. Then, suddenly, silence. The fire went out. The air cleared. And Obiageli lay still on the red earth, her proud eyes closed forever. Dawn came gently, like a mother waking her children. The sun rose, birds sang, and life returned to the village. Women pounded yam joyfully, children played again in the square, and the fear that had gripped us melted away. But Mama Nena sat in her compound, her face hollow, her eyes dry from too many tears. She had pampered her daughter until she became too great to live among men. Now, she was left with nothing but silence. To this day, we still tell the story of Obiageli by the fireside, when the moon is bright and children gather to listen. And we always end it with this lesson: a child who is pampered without discipline grows into a fire that no one can quench, not even the one who lit it.